So Trump went on CNBC this morning and he made a statement that a lot of people are not going to like. Take a listen.
Back to their country with a pass back in legally, and we're doing things that are very difficult to do and very complex, but it works really well. We're sending them back, and then they're schooling, they're learning, they're coming in legally. We have a lot of that going on, but we're taking care of our farmers. We can't let our farmers not have anybody. These people that you can't replace them very easily. People that live in the inner city are not doing that work. They're just not doing that work. And they've tried, we've tried, everybody tried. They don't do it. These people do it naturally. I said, what happens if they get it to a farmer the other day? What happens if they get a bad back? He said, they don't get a bad back, sir, because if they get a bad back, they die. I said, that's interesting, isn't it? These are very, in many ways, they're very, very special people. Okay, go ahead.
No, okay.
Yeah, this is a loss. This is an L. And I'm not going to be one of these people that is just going to say, Trump's the best president of my lifetime. And blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I'm not here. If I don't get 1,000, 2,000, 100,000 views because I don't bootlick Trump, I'd rather do that than, be somebody that has no principles. And I even hate to say it like that, but this is a bad look from Trump. He was elected on getting rid of illegal and undocumented people from the U.S. That was the big thing. That was the thing. Right? We're going to deport. We're going to do mass deportations. We're going to get rid of the people that are not here legally. And we're going to, give opportunities to people that don't have them and yada, yada, yada. And now he's like, yeah, you know what? Forget you. I'm not running for president again. I don't care. So the undocumented workers, they're naturally suited for the jobs. You know what he sounds like? He sounds like Elizabeth Warren. He sounds like any liberal. And he's spitting in the face of all these people that came out and voted for him because they wanted to have an opportunity. Oh, people don't want to work. Yeah, that's because farmers don't pay. Even though farmers are subsidized. Now, farming is not the profitable angle that it used to be, right? I get that. But at the same time, you got to give these people an issue. I agree, Dean. I think in a couple of years, maybe that's why Trump is not pushing hard on the undocumented workers. Let's play devil's advocate here. Maybe he's doing that, Dean. Maybe he's being told by people like, listen, we got robotics that by the time you leave office by 2027, the people that are working those jobs now, we won't need them because we have robotics that'll do all of it. So there's no need to waste your energy on getting rid of them and pursuing them and deporting them because they'll self-deport as soon as there's no jobs for them, right? That's one of those, it's in the genes. Michael, that's right. He might as well be from the antebellum South. They're just so good at it. They love it. They can't get a bad back because they die. Your name is Toby. It must be in the genes. That's right. It is. That's yeah, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So it's crazy. Maybe it is the fact that inside the White House, they're saying we don't want to waste the energy on them because when we drop the robots on it, the robots will be doing it and they'll just leave because there'll be no reason for them to be here and we won't give them. Maybe that's me just being an optimist or trying to see both sides of the story. But at the same time, this is bad optics for the Trump administration. You've got Tom Holman, you've got Miller, Stephen Miller, I think his name is, all talking about we need mass deportations. And then at the same time, um, you have Trump being like, yeah, but do we? They're like saying, we need mass deportation. He's like, I don't know, maybe. Sure. And of course, some people will note correctly that Trump, when he talks about farm labor and all these other kinds of things, he's also making a slight pass or making a statement about hotels, right? It's funny that it's always like farm workers and hotel workers, and we all go, oh, that's right, you have hotel chain, and that's one of those things. Yeah, that's the thing that it's only 2025. I know 1 year, 1 day in Trump land feels like 10 years. Um, but the fact of the matter is, he's losing enough support through the Epstein thing, through the Iran thing, through stuff like this. And here's what I'm saying: it might not be one group that hates all of that. You may have a percentage of people here that were not happy with the Iran thing. You have a percentage of people here that don't like the fact that the Epstein list has kind of become a joke to this administration. And then you'll have a group of people here that will say, I voted for him to get rid of all the illegals, and then he gave the farm workers an opportunity while I can't find a friggin' job. And he used the exact same excuses that the left did. Well, the people in the inner cities don't want to do it. Have you asked them? We've tried. You asked like 4 people, but we don't know. This might be all for naught because robots might come in and just do the work anyway. But overall, not a great look for Trump. And it's for a guy that's supposed to be media savvy, and for a guy that is supposed to be able to read a room the way Trump does, he's not reading the room well on this stuff. And it's frustrating to people that have voted for him and supported him. And it gives cause to people, and say whatever you will about him, but gives cause to people like Nick Fuentes, when Nick Fuentes tells people to stop, voting MAGA and turn your back on that kind of stuff. Because what has he done? He's done some stuff, yeah, sure. But what has he done long term that you are happy about? Right? It's just crazy. And people remember it. People remember it. And it does make people mad because it feels like it feels like the American people are being sold out again. And we all backed Trump. We all went to the hill for Trump because he told us that he wasn't going to sell us out. Now, I will throw this in that you shouldn't really believe a politician when they speak. And Trump, by this point, he's been doing it for 10 years. He's a politician. I know we all don't like to think of him as one, but he is. And the fact of the matter is, it's my whole thing. It's just bad optics. It's just bad optics, and it's an unforced error. That's really the worst part. Um, you know, Yeah, I agree. You and Dean, we've been talking about on the show that if things, and I know Michael will agree with you, that if the indicators don't get better, that's really the only way out for him. So we'll see. He's almost, I think he's 80, right? He's 80 years old at this point. He's got 3 years left. We made the joke that he went from funny one-liner Trump to boomer Trump. He writes out like 5-page paragraphs on Truth Social, and people have to like parse through it to figure out what he's talking about. But it is what it is in that regard. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below.